Welcome to Confidently Speaking, the podcast that'll get you to fall in love with your own version of English.
Hello, everybody. Very good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you guys are in the world. Welcome to Confidently Speaking for its fifth episode now. How quickly does time go by? All right. So thank you very much, everybody, for being, a loyal listener from the very beginning. I know it sounds like I've been doing this for years. It's only been 5 weeks, right? But hey, I mean, I certainly feel appreciative of the fact that you've been here since the very beginning. Now, hopefully, you guys stay here for the long run, because I am also gonna be here for the long run. Now, listen up. Today, we're gonna be talking about how to be assertive. We'll be covering how to speak simply and directly, using I statements. I'm going to tell you how to stand up for yourself, and then choosing the right time and the right place. We'll also use appropriate body language to emphasize your words, and we'll learn how not to say sorry when it is not necessary. So, what do you say, guys? Are we ready? Here we go. Tell me if this rings a bell. You are at work, and one of your coworkers comes over and asks you to do an activity or a task that is very clearly their responsibility, but you don't feel you have the authority to say no, or you lack the vocabulary, the language to say no politely. Maybe you just don't want to be rude and don't know how to decline or say no without sounding rude. Well, check this out. This is what assertiveness is, because we're talking about the ability to state your rights or your needs positively and constructively without violating or undermining your own or other people's rights. So let's go ahead and talk about the first tip on how to be assertive, and that is speak simply and directly. I want you to memorize these words. No is a complete sentence. I'll say it again. No is a complete statement. That means that you don't have to give really thought out explanations of why you declined an invitation or why you don't want to do something. If it's not your boss, then, a simply no thank you is enough. A simply I'm sorry, I can't do it is enough. You don't have to give any more details, right? So don't beat around the bush either. It's also important to remember that you should speak in a way that doesn't imply accusations. Like, you shouldn't make the other person feel guilty for inviting you or asking you to do something, right? Because, hey, you want to have a good relationship with this person, right? So you just go like, I'm sorry, I can't do it, but thanks for the invite. Sorry, I can't do it. My plate is full. And that's it. That's enough. Okay, so tip number 2 is use I statements when commenting on another person's behavior. You're always late. You never help me. These are aggressive statements which can be interpreted as judgmental and hostile. Therefore, hey, make it a habit to say phrases like I think or I feel. Never use aggressive language, because these statements trigger other people, leaving them frustrated and finally shut down conversation. By using I, you put the focus on yourself and how their behavior has affected you. So, this is an example of aggressive communication. You're never on time. Damn it, you're never on time. Now, assertive communication. I'd really like it if you could be here on time so we can spend more time on this presentation. You see how you are never on time is assigning blame to the other person? When you go like, I'd really love it, or I'd really like it if you, then it's on you. Now, tip number 3 goes, stand up for yourself. It won't happen overnight, but with a little bit of effort and preparation, you can learn how to do it. You need to remember that practice makes perfect. So, hey, don't allow others to take advantage of you. This happens a lot to non-native English speakers. We let other people walk all over us because we feel like our ideas don't matter, or because we feel other people are superior than us because they speak English a little bit better than we do, right? Don't let that happen. You need to insist on being treated fairly. Here are a few examples. Hey, excuse me, but I have another appointment, right? Like, I can't deal with you right now. I have another appointment. Or, hey, please turn down the radio. It's a little bit too loud. Or, no, thank you. I'm not interested in these products. Just be direct, right? And stand up for yourself. Don't say yes because you're ashamed, right? That's it. Number 4 would be choose the right time and place. When we think about the work environment, try to schedule special time and discuss important issues in private and in neutral locations. Avoid overgeneralizations. Oh, that was a fun word. Overgeneralizations and qualifiers, such as always and never. People are rarely always inconsiderate, or always unreliable, or always irresponsible. I mean, how weird would it be that a person is always like that? Right? I mean, it's rather abnormal if that were the case. So, these generalizations trigger defensiveness on the other person, and well, they just shut down open communication. How about we just deal with these sort of things in private, right? And avoid them. The always and the nevers. Number 5 would be use appropriate body language to emphasize your words. Listen, body language and the way you speak are also vital. Slouching or hunching your shoulders, shuffling or marching around will undoubtedly undermine your message. Therefore, you should express your confidence and maintain eye contact. This is super important, peeps. You need to maintain eye contact. Also, make sure that you have the person's full attention. As in, John, I'll need that report by Monday morning. That is an assertive statement. So try to say it slowly, audibly, and calmly. Like, hey, John, I need that report by Monday morning. That's it. Doesn't have to be aggressive, but it has to be assertive. Number 6, don't exaggerate. Now, here's the thing. It's important to describe the results and effects of other people's behavior specifically. You shouldn't generalize, expand, or judge. Instead of saying, there's no point having a meeting now, hey, this project is hopeless. How about we use assertive communication and say, we are going to have very little time left for this meeting as I need to leave for another meeting at 2 p.m. Right? So, hey, no exaggerating. Like, oh, there's no point. Like, this is it. No. Just go like, hey, I'm afraid we only have 20 minutes. Let's see what we can accomplish in those 20 minutes. Or if you think that it's going to be too little, let's reschedule. Something like that. Right? Okay. Point number 7, which, by the way, is also the last one. Don't say sorry when it is not necessary. I mean, of course, it is crucial to admit our own mistakes and apologize when necessary. But overusing the word sorry can make your sincere apologies less meaningful. And they may even lose your coworkers' respect. Oh yeah, here comes Frank. Here's the I'm sorry guy, right? Because we keep, over apologizing. It's just weird, right? Like, oh, here comes the I'm sorry guy. Apologizing is a common trait among passive communicators who want to avoid confrontation at all costs. People pleasers apologize because they assume that they're wrong and they just want to diffuse tension. So we need to try to eliminate over apologizing if you want to sound assertive. Yes, you mess up, by all means, go ahead and apologize. But hey, like, it was an accident and nobody got hurt, or you're even apologizing before interrupting somebody. Like, I don't know, like, it's just be measured with your apologies. That's what I'm saying. Alrighty, peeps. So with this, we have reached the end of today's episode. I hope you guys had an amazing time. Just remember that if you learned something from this episode, please like it, rate it 5 stars, comment on it, and recommend it to other people, because that's certainly going to help me, help more people. Right? It's also important to remember that if you want to get in touch with me, you need to reach me on my social media. And the way you do that is by going over to Instagram or TikTok and then typing @English with Frank, all in lowercase and no spaces. @English with Frank. That's how you can find me. And thank you very much, everybody. I sincerely hope it was beneficial. And I'll see you next episode. See you next Sunday. Have a good one.